Hi, I'm Ashanya. I'm a CA final student and I have given 3 attempts for CA final group 1 and this is going to be my 4th attempt for the same. All this time I've struggled with the course being so huge. I don't know how to really go about studying, what to study, what to prioritize, what not to.
So what is your approach for November 2014 exam? How are you going to approach it? How will you start studying?
I'm still struggling with the approach because like I've always done it is start afresh with a fresh perspective, beginning and then do everything that is coming my way. But that way I end up spending so much time that I lose track of the time, and towards the end I'm just looking at those mock test papers and looking at their answers and doing it like that. So when I look at the mock test papers, their answers, it is just that which remains with me in the last 10 days. So somehow I feel it's very unstructured. I'm not comfortable with my own self, with my own way of studying. Somewhere I've touched upon something completely, somewhere I don't even know what lies within, but still I would just know, okay, this is the way it is answered, but I'm not comfortable, confident about it.
So you will start with subject 1, chapter 1.
Right, this is what it is.
Page 1 you'll start again, which you've been doing for the last so many attempts.
Right, this is how.
And you'll finish subject 1, then go to subject 2 and start chapter 1, finish that, then go to 3.
Okay, I'll tell you that.
Or will you start with chapter 1 for all?
No, what happens is I usually start with a chapter. I try to complete it, but within that, I mean, it stretches so much, then I'm shift into something else. Again, so somehow, it is just that I lose control completely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that is what happens.
Whatever you start, you have to finish.
Right, and that is where I'm lacking, that I would start, but I won't end up finishing. I have done the concept, I would lack in the practice part of it. I'm not doing the practice. Or maybe if I start with practicing the questions, then it is like 50 questions, you're spending time doing 50 questions, then you move on to the next chapter, you start with the concept and you leave the practice questions. So this is like a circle that I'm like caught into. So
And where do you get these mock tests?
On the institute sites, there are certain mock tests. So that is just a last minute reference like RTPs and mock test papers. So I just go open them and look at the answer. Like it is not even that I would attempt a 3 hours paper to really manage that.
That's the biggest mistake. What you need to do is those mock tests, you have to write them by your hand. Otherwise, when you're just checking the answers, you find everything very easy.
Right.
Because it's like vouching. This goes here, this goes there. When you actually attempt that paper,
Right,
you will not even be able to probably make an account, make the first statement or make the first entry. Because then you got to think. So you have to do that. That's probably inbuilt in the course. Then you have to attempt a paper when you finish with the first half of the course. In the second half, then you revise the entire course and then you do that 3-hour paper the way it is in the exam.
right.
But to do all this, you have to make a strategy. At the end of the day, it's all strategy.
And
How do you
right.
approach the exam? Is basically the exam is 7th of November, right?
7th November.
7th of November is your first group. How are you planning to reach there? Have you worked backwards?
Not really, because
So what is your strategy? Let's see. How do you plan to start studying?
strategy as of now, I wouldn't say I have any strategy. It is
So you will do whatever you've been doing in the past, do the same thing again. How will anything change? If you do the same thing that you've been doing in the last 3 attempts, do the same thing again. So you have to have a game plan when you're approaching this November exam.
right. So I don't know. You know, the one thing that I feel where I'm lacking is in terms of sometimes what happens. Having given 3 attempts, I know every time I've panicked in FR paper. The first paper I've panicked every time, and I don't know why.
That's because you know that's the first time that you're doing
Yeah.
it. By then you're already aware of the the timings and all that. So that'll be taken. That shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. And having given 3 attempts, I know first time when I knew things were lacking, I thought yes, next time when I'll do just the papers. I'll focus more on the papers. I'll try to do as many papers as possible. But by the time I come into the second phase, I feel I've forgotten everything in the past, whatever I've studied. So then I have to start afresh and try to revisit.
First phase being?
First phase as in when I gave the first attempt, so I'm telling you about the vicious circle.
Okay,
So
yes.
during that time, there are certain things lacking in your preparation. So that time you feel, okay, what I should have done at this point of time is, I should have practiced more papers. So by the time you fail and you are in that phase again, you forget that. You just can't really.
You don't have time to do the practice question. You will start doing the course again. Start from page 1.
Yeah, because you have to revisit everything, revise everything. You don't have that comfort that okay, if I have to start doing a paper, I need to be familiar with the course. And the moment I look at the paper, I'm blank. I'm like, I don't know anything, and how can I even give this paper? Then you don't have a strategy that the course that's like so vast. How do you choose selective things from it to be able to really attempt a 100 marks paper?